Never, never for a moment like that. And Catherine, what difference does it make to see this and live this?
It changes everything.
We are built open, aren't we? Absolutely. Busted one. Yes, you at Centre are asymmetrical with everything in the world because you are quite unique. There's nothing like you at all, ever. Therefore, the asymmetry. And it applies to everything, to pain, for example. I mean, let's do a little experiment. Look at our hand. Look at our hand. Now, you look at the colour of the hand. How could you take in that colour unless you had no colour? So it's asymmetrical, colour to no colour. And look at the shape there. Shape there to no shape here. Form to the formless. Look at the opacity there, how solid, how transparent here. Always asymmetry. Now, what about pain? Now, press the nail of your thumb into the ball of your forefinger, and there's a pain. It's pain to no pain. Always asymmetry. First person is asymmetrical with everything in the world. It's the other name for it is freedom. Human club runs on the fiction of symmetry. The members pretend they're all like this together. Great rule of the club comes there, which is the denial of our first person. And look at the difference between the third person and the first person. Look at the difference. I mean, poor little fellow here, third person. This is the first person. Superimpose this one on that one. It's crazy. Then we wonder why we have problems. I mean, unnecessary problems. Yeah. This is the flesh, the arrow that comes. There's death, death, death. Human, the living, the non-living, death. And here, death. And resurrection. Yes. Language is in the service of the delusions of the club. I eat, you eat. Must be the same thing. Well, you eat is, I notice foreign substances, alien substances, going into a hole in the face. A hole in the face, lined with teeth, lips, and a small cavity there. She eats. When I eat, oh, this doesn't taste. It's very insipid. When I eat, these substances go into an enormous. Delicious.
Et puis, c'est délicieux.
Or I walk, he walks. If we look at Catherine going out of the door there and walking down the hill there to the path, you notice Catherine getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the trees pay no attention. The leaves don't move. She walks. I walk. But I see the trees are moving past me. The trees are moving. Everything is moving. Total difference. She walks, I walk. It's the same with everything. Language is in the service of the third person, and it is used for concealing the first person. We hallucinate to suit the language. We edit our experience to conform to our speech. Yes, and we look to see what's going on. first person is the unmoved mover of the Ardèche. Such fun, isn't it? Interesting. We identify that little guy here instead of looking at the whole thing.
And what about the little people and everything, being people, third person being so small?
Oh, yes. Yes. Because of distance is an illusion, we find people coming, very small people. Little children, when they're as big as this, are very good, they're very quiet, right? And nice children. Et pour moi, à ce moment, Brigitte, look, Brigitte. And the big question is all about one question, is what is one's true identity? And that's why we're here, to establish, get clear about our true identity. And how do we find out? By seeing what we see instead of what we are told to see. Too simple. It's too simple. But it's very beautiful and very practical. A little bit of consciousness. But the world presents itself in small packets. And if you come up to me. Now behind us, Catherine, is this one consciousness. But I have this section of the world to look after, and Catherine has that. There's an overlap. But the consciousness here is unique. It's one, isn't it? Not divided. Not divided. And thank you from our hearts for your really great attention and cooperation. We really do appreciate it. We really appreciate that. Your company, your inspiration. Now, our first experiment today is with the paper and the pencil, which I hope you brought. What we're going to do is to do something extraordinarily important. It's a kind of iconography. The English, great English poet and mystic, Alfred Lord Tennyson, he said, "Nearer is he," meaning God, "nearer is he than breathing, closer than hands and feet." And Muhammad in the Quran, "Allah is nearer to me than my own neck vein." So this is the region, this is the home. This is the home at the center of these hands and these feet. This is the home of the origin of the world. These hands, when we see who we are, these hands are coming out from that one. These are the feet that are coming out of that one. When we see who we are, these hands do the work of the one we really are. St. Teresa of Avila said God has no hands for his work but these hands coming out of himself, and these feet going on his journeys. Well, we're not only believing this, we are actually looking to see it as true. And we're looking at ourselves here, not from here. Now, in the history of religious iconography, we have portraits of Le Bon Dieu, Jesus, Virgin Mary, etc. there. And it can be very holy, very marvelous. But the God here, the long beard, octogenarian, but very nice, very good. Now, if we were going to draw these, this would be a very marked, we're drawing a holy icon. It could be a wonderful thing. And in Russia, when a really great person, a great iconographer, paints the Holy Virgin and the Child, it's a great meditation. It may take a week or months to make the drawing, but it's there. But today we're engaged in a more holy enterprise, because we're going to draw from here. Draw what we see. These hands, these feet. Draw what we see. Of course, we can't see these, so we don't draw them. It's obscured, so we don't draw these. So we confine ourselves. And if in our drawing, having drawn what we see of ourselves like this, we may, in the distance, have a person, a little person, a third person in our first person. For example, if I'm drawing what I see here, I draw this. I may draw Brigitte there, but who's complete, a little lady there, I might draw her. For celebrating the difference between third person and first person. So the exercise is to draw what we see, not what we think, not what we believe, what we actually see of ourselves. And you know, the thing which is so amazingly wonderful and holy about it is that it is the one you really, really are. Drawing, you know, making a picture of itself. I hope it will be interesting and fun perhaps, but it is a very holy enterprise. The one who is here, who is the origin, drawing what he puts out in the way of his hands and his feet. Draw what we see, not what we think we see. And no prizes will be offered for artistic merit. But let us try to draw what we actually see as it is presented. From here, not there, from here. So, now on to this holy enterprise, the true iconography. This reminds me of a little story about a small boy who was busy making a drawing. He seemed to be very fascinated by making his drawing. And his mother said to him, "What are you drawing, dear?" He said, "I'm drawing God." She said, "You can't do that. Nobody knows what he's like." He said, "Yes, but they will when I've finished making the drawing."